Welcome back to the deep dive. If you're involved in education, training, or, frankly, just keeping your workforce relevant, you know the single biggest headache in 2025. It's the sheer scale of reskilling needed globally. The numbers we're seeing are just immense. Over 1 billion people needing retraining or upskilling by 2030. The old system, static textbooks, it just cannot keep up.
No, it really can't. And that gap, that enormous need, well, that's what really defines the crisis in modern education, doesn't it?
It absolutely does.
Educators have this incredible critical content, but the audience, the learner today, they demand that knowledge delivered across, well, multiple formats.
Right.
They want it as an audio podcast, maybe for their walk, or a short-form video on their phone, maybe even an immersive simulation.
So content just trapped in a PowerPoint or a PDF somewhere?
It's content severely limited in its reach, massively limited.
So, our mission today is to really dive into the mechanism that promises to break that bottleneck. We're looking at EON Reality's new Multimedia Automation Platform. It launched literally today, October 9, 2025. And the claim is it offers a direct shortcut to true multimodal learning.
A shortcut.
Yeah, automatically converting dense documents, whole courses into all these different formats, instantly and supposedly at scale. Okay, let's unpack this system. Let's see if it actually lives up to the hype.
Well, the premise is certainly grounded in market reality. I mean, when we look at the demand side, the scale is staggering.
How staggering are we talking?
Okay, so the e-learning market, projected to blow past $650 billion by 2030.
650 billion, wow.
Yeah, that alone shows the financial pressure, to find a solution that can actually scale. But the real pressure point is behavioral.
How so? What are learners actually doing?
We know that over 70% of learners, they actively combine multiple media types. The modern learner is, well, format agnostic, really.
Doesn't care how they get it, as long as they get it.
Pretty much. And look at podcasts reaching over 500 million people now. That proves audio is a massive gateway.
Huge.
And short-form video. That's the primary entry point for anyone under 25 digging into new material. If your educational content doesn't exist in those formats,
You're just missing them.
you are simply missing the majority of your potential audience. Full stop.
And that takes us directly to the core problem this platform is trying to solve, right? The content bottleneck. Let's call it the before scenario. Before this kind of tech, what did it actually take for, say, a university or a company to turn a standard text course into a multimedia suite?
Oh, it was a manual nightmare, defined by high cost and, frankly, massive inefficiency.
Give us a sense of that.
Okay, so you wanted a podcast, a video, and a presentation from your course.
Yeah.
You had a budget for weeks, maybe even months, of separate manual effort.
Separate teams for everything.
Exactly. Production teams for audio scripting, voiceovers, then specialized editors for video, instructional designers for the slides. It just went on and on.
Sounds expensive.
The source material tells us that those traditional per-course production costs often exceeded $10,000 just to create a small suite of assets.
$10,000 plus. Wow. And weeks of lead time. All for maybe a handful of formats that still might miss a huge chunk of your learner base.
That's it. The consequence was restricted learner choice, reduced engagement, and institutions just failing to keep pace with the knowledge economy.
So they were stuck solving a 21st century problem with, 20th century manual methods?
Precisely. You've nailed it.
Okay, that sets the stage perfectly then for the claim solution. The EON Multimedia Automation Platform, pitched as this comprehensive content transformation ecosystem integrating powerful AI. So what are the key conversion flows this platform actually handles?
Well, the fascinating part, I think, is the tool stack they use for each conversion. They aren't necessarily inventing everything from scratch.
So they're orchestrating existing tools.
Exactly. Orchestrating the best existing AI tools out there.
Okay, let's start with maybe the lowest hanging fruit for mass consumption, audio. How does it tackle turning courses into podcasts?
Right, so it uses high-quality text-to-speech engines, but combines them with specialized tools. It integrates powerful language models, think Google Notebook LM, to make sure that text lessons are intelligently restructured.
So not just reading the text aloud.
No, it crafts them into narrative podcast scripts. It ensures logical flow, pacing suitable for listening. It aims to take that, dry technical manual and turn it into something conversational. An actual audio episode.
Okay, interesting. And if audio is for the commute, maybe, video shorts are for that quick, high-impact learning burst. What about courses to video shorts?
Yeah, this is where the visual generation tools kick in. The system integrates technologies like Sora, the text-to-video model.
Right. Sora's been making waves.
Definitely. So it uses that to generate explainer animations, things that visualize complex concepts. But it also, interestingly, generates testimonial-style microvideos.
Testimonial style. How does that work?
Well, presumably to showcase learner success or key takeaways in a more engaging format, maybe for social sharing or course promotion. Essential for marketing and retention these days.
I have to pause here, though, because those claims are, well, ambitious. Generating quality video at scale is notoriously difficult, isn't it?
It is.
If they're using tech like Sora, turning text into video, how do they make sure the output isn't just generic or, frankly, low quality, especially for something super specific like corporate compliance training?
That is the essential tension, isn't it? And it's a critical question. The system seems designed for sufficiency and scale, maybe not bespoke cinematic quality.
Okay, good enough, fast enough.
Exactly. The source suggests the AI is trained on educational visualization styles.
Hmm.
So while it might lack the polish of a dedicated studio production, the quality is apparently sufficient for explanatory content. It achieves the goal, making complex info visually accessible quickly. Speed seems prioritized over, say, Hollywood budget perfection.
Understood. Function over high-end form, driven by speed. Okay, moving past media formats, we also see documents to presentations, covering that classic professional need.
Yes. It automatically turns, say, detailed white papers or long course outlines into polished PowerPoint decks, PPTX format, complete with AI-generated hero images, concise bullet points.
Right. But critically, beyond just the media output, the system includes features vital for professional learning, like stackable credentials.
Yes, that's a key component. It's a modular pathway. Learners earn badges, certificates for completing specific parts, maybe even across different formats.
Which implies the system has to track your progress regardless of whether you listened to the podcast, watched the video short, or went through the slides.
Exactly, which ties directly into the advanced analytics they offer.
Right, makes sense.
The analytics dashboards track engagement performance across every single one of those disparate outputs created. Admins get data on completion rates, time spent, credential outcomes, for everything.
Okay, comprehensive tracking. But the true test, as always with automation, isn't just the features, it's the speed. Let's talk transformation rate. We're supposedly moving from weeks of production to minutes. Using this one-click automation feature, walk us through that. How simple is it?
The simplicity for the educator, the user, seems key. You upload a single source document, a master course script, a white paper, whatever it is.
One document.
One document. You press Generate All Outputs, and the system then processes that source material and produces the full suite. Podcasts, videos, slides, all of it, within minutes.
Minutes. Let's use the specific example from the source because it sounds pretty wild. From that one click, the system generates 10 podcast episodes, a 12-slide presentation, 10 explainer video shorts, and all the integration needed for an extended reality or XR module.
That's the claim.
Yeah.
And for the listener, when we say XR, yeah, we're talking immersive tech, virtual reality, augmented reality.
So it feeds into those too.
Correct. It's presented as an instantaneous learning ecosystem. And this incredible efficiency, they say, is powered by a sophisticated 4-layer architecture.
Okay, break that down. 4 layers.
You start with the input layer, where the script goes in. Simple enough. Then the processing layer handles the heavy lifting. That's where the generative AIs like Notebook LM and Sora do their individual format conversions.
Right, the specialist tools. But the magic, as you hinted earlier, must happen in the orchestration layer. That's where it connects all these individual AI tools together.
That's the critical piece, the orchestration layer. Think of it as the air traffic controller. It's managed by Replit automation scripts, apparently.
Replit for automation. Interesting.
Yeah. It handles the batch processing, the quality checks, the conditional workflows. It ensures, that the podcast script generally matches the video script, that the 10 generated outputs are all synchronized, ready for deployment. It aims to prevent that siloed content creation problem.
Right. So moving from weeks and separate specialist teams to minutes from a single upload. The claim then is that this dramatically cuts production costs by up to 90%.
That's the figure they put out there, 90%.
That figure sounds aggressive. I mean, if we're cutting 90% of the human touch points, where does the critical human oversight live? Is it just gone?
It forces a change, I think, in the role of the educator or the subject matter expert. The oversight shifts. You move from being a producer of content.
Right, spending weeks editing video.
To being a curator and editor of the AI-generated content. You don't spend weeks building the output. Maybe you spend hours refining the source document up front and then reviewing the automated output for tone, accuracy, key messages.
So the system handles the grunt work, the tedious execution.
Exactly. Freeing up humans for the high-value tasks. Defining the curriculum, validating the facts, ensuring the core message is right.
Okay, that distinction, producer to curator, that's vital. And the return on this investment, it's not just about saving money then.
Absolutely not. The goal isn't just speed or cost savings, it's effectiveness. The source material emphasizes that multimodal content, the kind this system generates, is shown to increase learner retention by over 70%.
70% increase in retention, that's significant.
Huge. So you're not just saving time and money, you're potentially delivering a significantly more effective learning experience at the end of the day.
Okay, let's ground this in reality. Let's discuss the real-world application of this scale across different sectors, because this tech seems designed to hit that global reskilling mandate head-on.
Yeah, the use cases provided really highlight the diverse impact. Take higher education. A global university apparently used this system to quickly launch a sustainable development course.
Okay.
By automating all the multimedia creation podcasts, videos, slides, faculty time spent just on production was reduced by 80%. 80%.
Wow. So what did that allow them to do instead?
It allowed professors to focus on actually engaging students, through discussions, Q&A, mentoring, rather than wrestling with video editing software or slide design.
That is massive for faculty bandwidth. Huge. What about the immediate, maybe higher stakes needs of corporate training?
Good example. A multinational energy company was faced with retraining 20,000 employees. Big number. On a complex safety and green energy transition initiative.
Okay. Critical stuff.
Very. The platform instantly created audio podcasts specifically tailored for their field workers, people who are often mobile, driving, can't sit and watch a video.
Makes sense. Audio for the road.
Right. And then slide decks for internal trainers running workshops. By customizing the delivery based on the learner's actual situation and need, they reduced the overall training delivery costs by a substantial 60%.
60% cost reduction on training 20,000 people. That's a huge operational gain, especially for compliance and safety.
Absolutely. And then for massive public initiatives.
Right.
Think government workforce programs.
Yeah, how does it scale there?
A Ministry of Education launched a nationwide Digital Skills for the AI Economy program, targeting 1 million learners.
1 million. Wow.
Yeah, and many in rural areas, limited connectivity, big challenge. The system created lightweight audio podcasts perfect for low bandwidth environments and optimized video shorts for social platform outreach.
So reaching people where they are with formats they can actually access.
Exactly. They achieved affordable scale, mass deployment, and cut their costs by over 50%. So it seems the model works across these high-volume, logistically complex deployments too.
Okay, so we've established the scale, the speed, the savings, the retention boost. But what truly makes EON's platform unique? I mean, aren't there other tools that can make a video or generate audio using AI?
There are point solutions, yes. But the key difference here seems to be the integrated ecosystem and the sheer breadth of the pipeline. This is pitched as the only platform offering a full end-to-end pipeline in one unified system.
Okay, spell that out again. End-to-end means?
Document goes in, that out comes podcast, video, slides, XR integration, and the stackable credentials, all from one place.
Ah, okay. So most competitors might just focus on, say, text-to-video or text-audio.
Exactly. They might do one or two format conversions well. But this claims the entire chain.
It sounds like the key then is the unified data architecture underneath it all, the thing that supports that full funnel.
Precisely. And it uniquely integrates what they call brainy AI.
Brainy AI, what's that?
So for the listener, think of AI companions. AI tutors that can hold sophisticated contextual conversational learning sessions with the user about the generated content.
So you listen to the podcast, then you can talk to an AI about it.
Essentially, yes. That capability is integrated directly with the automated multimedia. Plus, it has built-in XR creator compatibility, meaning all these instantly generated outputs, the audio, the video clips, the info from the slides, they can feed seamlessly into building immersive learning lab experiences in VR or AR.
Okay, so they aren't just automating content delivery, they're automating the pathway into immersive learning too.
That's the idea. Automating the entire pathway to knowledge mastery, from document right through to immersive practice.
That provides a phenomenal sense of the capability here. It really does sound like this platform doesn't just create content, it multiplies the impact of knowledge,
Well put.
By converting one source document into dozens of diverse, trackable learning pathways, it genuinely seems to offer a powerful mechanism for global knowledge transformation, meeting every learner exactly where they are.
And this leads us actually to the final and maybe the most revolutionary feature mentioned in the source material, something that really changes the game.
Oh, what's that?
Think about updates. Before this automation, if an instructor needed to update, say, a safety regulation or a piece of critical medical information,
Nightmare. You'd have to redo everything.
exactly. Manually rebuild the podcast episode, re-edit the video, update the slide deck, maybe tweak the XR sim.
Huge amount of work. Prone to errors, too.
Totally. But with this system, the mantra they're pushing is, update the source once. All formats refresh automatically.
Hold on. Update the source document.
And the podcast episodes, the videos, the slides, they all automatically regenerate with the new information.
That is a seismic shift in curriculum management. That's huge.
Isn't it? Indeed. So if every piece of text, every audio episode, every video short can instantly update the moment the master source document changes, what does this really mean for the whole concept of a fixed curriculum?
Yeah, the idea of version 2.0 or the new edition kind of disappears.
It potentially does, and it raises a really important question for you, the listener, to explore. How quickly must organizations adapt to the ever-shrinking shelf life of knowledge when the cost and time barrier to keeping it perfectly current have virtually disappeared? That, I think, is the real long-term implication of this level of automation. It changes the metabolism of knowledge itself.